These are the highlights of day one of the 13th South Pacific Games from Apia in Samoa. And we finish our program today with the first day of finals in the pool. The Aquatic Centre at the Faliata Sports Complex is a wonderful facility, and already the swimmers are recording fast times. Ryan Penny of Papua New Guinea is a world-class swimmer. He was the man to beat as the field lined up for the 100 metres breaststroke.
And they're away in the final of the men's 200-metre freestyle. Let's see the start. Penny, an absolute classic. I wonder whether he might have been swimming within himself earlier on today, just foxing them a little bit. I know he's been working very heavily on his starts and his turns. And Ryan Penny, a hugely accomplished swimmer. But don't write off the Tahitian, nor indeed Samoa, the New Caledonian. Let's see how they go and what the splits are. Through Ryan Penny first. Second is Samanidar, the two great rivals. Olivia Samanidar swimming and breathing and looking across at the great rival from Papua New Guinea. He knows exactly where his man is. Duenas of Guam dropping back a little bit. It looks like it's going to be between the great man Ryan Penny and Olivia Samanidar. Duenas is there, and don't write off Thevano as well. He's there or thereabouts, but it's going to be Ryan Penny. Around he goes, another beautiful turn by the big guy, 53.34 the split, looking good. Out he goes again, then he comes back for his last 50. Samanidar said this morning after his swim he wasn't feeling too good about it. He wasn't comfortable. They dropped him out of the breaststroke to get him into this race to try and pull back another gold medal, which would be his fourth consecutive gold in this event. Doesn't look like it's going to happen tonight because Ryan Penny is monstering this race. Round he goes, lane number 5. Home he comes, 1:22.03. He's got a big break on Samanidar. Ryan Penny sets it for home. He boots it home now. Samanidar doing every he can. It looks like Duenas swam himself out in the qualifiers tonight. Thevano of New Caledonia is going to come home with a great New Caledonian, but it's going to be Ryan Penny of Papua New Guinea. Samanidar in second place, Thevano in third. Ryan Penny is beginning to streak them now. He swims away from the competition. Ryan Penny has got to be swimming a record time here. He does. He blitzes it. A 1:50.72 Ryan Penny. Huge swim by the great man from Papua New Guinea. Great swimming.
And he murdered out of that second turn, didn't he? His stroke is just so efficient. He's got that lope, and he looks like he's got a motor behind him. He looks fantastic when he swims.
I reckon I could just about do some water skiing at the back of this guy on occasions. He is fantastic. Ryan Penny, a 1:50.72. We've got ourselves another record here in the pool. They're going down like flies. Actually, we suggested when we came up here, as we previewed this event, that if you were going to win medals here in the pool in Apia, you had to beat South Pacific record times if you were going to be guaranteed of a podium finish. 2 lengths of the pool. This is the men's 100 metres breaststroke final. We're looking at lane number 4. Terapaya is the guy, and at the moment he seems to be just controlling the field alongside the other Tahitian, Debier, and Dahlia as well, right next to him in a silver cap. Closest to us, that's Mitchell of Samoa, Dexter in 7, up to Dahlia, Liulier. Terapaya, however, now beginning to assert his authority here. Let's have a look at the split time as he goes through. 30.21 he goes through, just ahead of Deber in 31.14 and Dahlia in 31.32. But Terapaya now under a little bit of a threat. Looks like the New Caledonian there put in a pretty good turn, but Terapaya covering the field. Deber Tahiti onto his left. I wonder whether it's going to be a 1-2 here for Tahiti. It looks like the New Caledonian. Dahlia's got something to say about that. Terapaya now closing in on the finish line here. New Caledonian challenging the second of the Tahitians, Deber. Looks like the New Caledonian, but Terapaya first, New Caledonia second, Tahiti third. So the New Caledonian breaking up the possible Tahitian 1-2, but Terapaya in a new record time of 1:05.11. 1:05.11. Terapaya then asserting his dominance in this stroke as he had for many years. And they're racing in the final of the women's 100 metre freestyle. We have to keep an eye on lane number 4. That's the great Caroline Pickering. Body length lead at the moment. Next to her is young Rachel Arcoy, Mopio Jane as well, of Papua New Guinea, swimming well at the moment. Indeed, seems that Mopio Jane could be holding on to Caroline Pickering.
She came out first, yeah.
And Weber of New Caledonia as well. But Pickering is going to turn first. Split time of 27.19. Annalisa Mopio-Jane 28.03, and it was Webber 28.18 from New Caledonia. But Pickering now absolutely in control of this race. A good turn. Mopio-Jane of PNG is going to be interested between her and Webber of New Caledonia. But Caroline Pickering at the moment absolutely dominating this race. Caroline Pickering defending her third South Pacific Games 100 metres final record here. Back to fantastic form. There she is in picture. Caroline Pickering of Fiji 1. Looks like Webber of New Caledonia in 2. And I'm not sure who got up for the third position, but it looked like it might have been Hydro of New Caledonia ahead of Mopio-Jane, who faded a little bit over the last 20 metres.
But she still was out a length in front.
Standing by for a new South Pacific Games record of 57.20. So she has once again smashed another record here today. Did it in qualifying. There she is in picture. Fiji is looking good. And so they're swimming in this, the final of the women's 400 metres individual medley. Lane number 4, Laura Grandjean of New Caledonia, the 15-year-old, is the fastest qualifier, alongside of her compatriot Carolee Williams of New Caledonia, Melissa Karpar as well of New Caledonia. But at the moment, in lane number 4, it is the fastest qualifier, Grandjean, leading them out in the butterfly event. Tanya, this is a number of strokes that they'll be tested on. Butterfly to start.
And then we go to butterfly, and then it is backstroke, and then freestyle. What have I missed?
Freestyle to finish.
Yes.
Okay, so it is Grandjean then of New Caledonia, the 15-year-old, really beginning to show her class here. As I said, this is a very young entry list. In lane number 3, it's Carolee Williams, also of New Caledonia. A nice shot there of leader at the moment as she approaches the end of the butterfly leg of this particular event. And you can't see her at the moment in shot. We'll just see Grandjean go through her turn. And a split time of 107.90 ahead of Williams in 111.42. Live pictures coming to you from Apia, Samoa. This is the final of the women's 400 IM. Rigorous test of the swimmers. Number of strokes, of course. Grandjean in picture at the moment, 15-year-old, travelling pretty nicely. He's got this one sewn up. Just basically has to concentrate on the strokes, get her home. One of the big advantages, I think, Tanya, for New Caledonia is the fact that swimming is such a popular sport in the territory. They truly do take it very seriously. And I believe from memory it's probably about the second most popular sport there. And out of a population of, what, 150-odd thousand, I think there's something like 2,000 or 3,000 swimmers, active swimmers. Grandjean then coming home in the freestyle leg. She has this well and truly sewn up. And it's going to be interesting to see who finishes in a silver medal position behind her. So a great win then in lane number 4. Grandjean, and a new South Pacific Games record time of 5:05.72. Let's have a look for the silver medalist. It's Williams in lane number 2, ahead of Melissa Karpar in lane number 3. So Grandjean, lane number 1, 5:05.72, a new record here, the third of our South Pacific Games records tonight on this, the first night of swimming finals. And they're swimming in this our last event this evening here on night 1 of finals in Apia. It's New Caledonia, closest to our camera position. Tahiti on the far side of the pool as we look at them, and they're being led off here by Diane Boudouet, this classic champion of many years now in the South Pacific Games. Boudouet swimming number 1 up against Vera Pambrom of Tahiti, and Diane will hand over to her young sister Delphine, who is here. Looks pretty good in the water, Tanya.
She certainly had a good start.
So Diane Boudouet then leading New Caledonia home. And speaking to Diane after her illustrious career, she was suggesting earlier on tonight that this will probably be her last South Pacific Games, but she is not sure. You never know.
Never say never.
That's what she said, never say never. She's been studying in France. She's been studying marketing, and she's doing a master's degree at the moment as well. So swimming has taken second place. But you can see a great champion at work here. A lovely tumble turn. Comes up for the third leg, a crucial third leg in this 200-metre event. Diane Boudouet then hands over in this to her sister, who now takes off in the second leg for New Caledonia. Slightly different stroke from the younger sister.
Just that longer sort of gliding stroke.
And the Tahitians are behind as well. But Delphine Dubuet, continuing this great tradition of the Boudouet family, coming home for what should be, barring any major dramas, it changes, a gold medal for her and her sister in this, the final event tonight here in Apia. So a nice changeover, nice and careful. Lane Victoria Weber now, silver medalist earlier on tonight in the 100 free, and she has also got a beautiful stroke, this girl. Tahiti yet to make their third change. And away goes Dorinda Clark of New Caledonia. And in the background I can hear the ukuleles beginning to wind up, so the Tahitians mustn't be too far away, and perhaps they're going to have a little bit of a uke play for us later on tonight, Tanya.
They've got a great support crew here tonight.
She goes in, Delphine Dubuet. Last leg now. Here we go. And this is Grandjean, who we saw earlier on tonight as well. Grandjean backing up after her effort earlier on in the evening.
La ligne numéro 5, la Nouvelle-Calédonie, est en train de nager sous le record des Jeux du Pacifique.
In fact, our anchor swimmer here, Grandjean, picked up the gold earlier on tonight, did she not?
And she's still got plenty left in the tank.
She sure has. So our anchor leg then for New Caledonia. Grandjean.
And the Tahitians are in as well.
They are, and this is the young 12-year-old, I think. It's Crystal Loughlin of Tahiti.
Big job for her tonight.
Grandjean bringing it home. Swimming very strongly, considering this is her second event of the night. I can just see her coach in front of us.
Go, go, go.
Yep, it looks like the record could be on.
Go.
They're looking for the record here for sure. New Caledonia in for another record, 851.41. So Grandjean does it. It was academic in the end, and in fact she took off in that last leg so well that she put over 50 meters on the Tahitian, who is turning now for her last 50. So another record here in the pool tonight.
There's plenty more action ahead on day 2 of the games. There'll be heavier weights. We'll kick some sand at the beach volleyball, and wait, there'll be more golf at the pool. I'm Tanya O'Shea saying thanks from all of us. The good times continue as we live the dream at the South Pacific Games in beautiful Samoa. Tō whāsoe fua.